Hello, this is an S3840V, which is a 15-inch battery-powered lawn scarifier, ideal for keeping your lawn really healthy and in good condition. So everything we need is in this box. So what we're going to do is open it up, take it out, put it together, and then we'll show you how you can use it on your lawn. Right, everything is out of the box here on the table. So we've got the Scarifier unit there itself. We've got the various clips and nuts and bolts. We've got the handle in different sections, and we've got the Scarifier unit that's going to go in there. Plus, of course, the lithium-ion battery and the charger. So we're going to start by putting the lower part of the handles on there. So there are two sections. Both are exactly the same. But what you do is pick the one so that when we put it on this side where the cable is, the cable clip here is at the back. Okay, so that's how it goes. So we start with the spring. We put the spring on like that. Then we put on the handle, then the washer. And just, you need to push that in a little bit because you've got some resistance obviously there with the spring. And then one of the red handles there, and that is going to screw onto the end of that bolt. So just wind that on. You only need to give it a few turns because it's spring loaded, so then we can clip that in like that, and we can adjust that later when we need to make sure that they're equal. So then we do the other side. So we've got our handle there, so we put the spring in first, and then we put the handle in through there like that, and then the washer, and then again the handle, and we just thread that on just a little bit, just a few turns, and that will then lock that into position. Just maybe if it's too much, just go back half a turn. So we just need to adjust it so we can just pull that in, pull it in on the spring, and then just pull the lever back so it's nice and tight. So you just need to adjust them so that they are the same level, but we can slacken them off and do that. Then we can put the second part on, which is this one here. So we've got this one. It's got some writing on there, so make sure that when you're looking down at it this way, the writing is the right way. And that is going to go on there like that. So what I need are two of these clips here, like this. And we take that out. And we're going to put that from the inside out so that the square end of that will fit into there, and that will go onto there like that. And then we can put the washer on. Okay, and then we just tighten that on like so. And again, we can then tighten that back like that, so that's really tight, and this one at this side. So we're going to go from the inside through with the bolt, lock that into the square like that. Then we can put the washer on like that, and we just tighten that on, just a few turns, and then we can lock that into place. If it's too loose, which that one is, then we just give it another couple of turns so that we get a really tight grip on that, like that. So that's really solid. And then we've got the last one, which is exactly the same principle. So just take the brackets apart, one either side. And then we take this. Okay, so that one is then going to go on there like that. So that goes on the outside. So if I can just ask Gareth to hold that for me. So it's exactly the same. We're going to get the bolt through like that, washer on, and then we can just tighten that on. And Gareth is very kindly doing the other side for me. and just tighten that on. So that's nice and firm. Maybe just one more twist round. Bit of pressure. So that's it. We've now got the handlebar all in place. So we've got the cable clip there that we can just clip onto there just to hold the wire in. And then if you remember the very first part of the leg we put on there, we can just clip that in at the back, which again just holds everything nicely in place. So next we can put together the collection bag, which will take all these sort of arisings from the lawn. So it's three parts. We've actually got the bag itself and then a framework in two halves. So this piece here is the handle. Now obviously all the instructions are in the manual, so please have a look at that. So holding that like that, and we've got the bag here so you can see the cobra. We're going to slide that inside there, but underneath the carry handle. So the carry handle will be on the outside, and then that just literally clips over like that. So it's just a case of opening up this rubber clip, and that clips onto the bag like that. And then we take the second part of it. We're just going to put the two together, just give it a bit of a wiggle to get those in like that, and then we clip the base on again with this rubber clip. So just open it up and clip it over that bottom piece of the frame, and then all the sides can then be clipped on as well. So that gives us an enclosed bag that catches all the scarifyings from the lawn. And then just repeat it on the other side. There we go. So that is the collection bag already, and that hooks on the back. So that goes on very simply by lifting up the back flap here, and then it just sits into that hole there. So there's a hole there either side and a little lug there that holds it firmly in place, nice and secure. Flap goes down, so that contains all the clippings as they go back. The other thing, of course, is this Scarifier comes with a lawn rake and the slitters. So this is the wire lawn rake, and inside it's got the solid slitters in there. So they're changeable depending what you want to do on the lawn. And to change them over only takes a few minutes, and it's very easy. On the handlebar is an Allen key. So just pull the Allen key out and then just turn it over on its side. And if I do that, we can see that underneath we've got the solid tines there. So I want to take those out and put this cassette with the wire rake in there. At the top here, we've got two bolts there that we can loosen with the Allen key. So it's just a case of loosening those off. And they come out all together. You just keep twisting until they come out. Just steady that as we do it. Okay, so then that just literally slides out like that. So then what we do is take the two bolts out, leaving the plastic moulding on, so we can put that one to one side. And then we take the cassette. So we've got the square end there, goes into the square hole like that, and then we just give it a wiggle to get it in. So it sits firmly in there, and then we get our Allen bolts and tighten them back in. It really only takes just a couple of minutes to change from one set to another. And of course we need to make sure that these Allen keys are really nice and tight like that. So that's firmly in place there, and then so that we don't lose our Allen key, that goes back into the little holder there on the handlebars for when we need to change it again. So finally, before we can power this up, we just need to look at the battery here. It's got a 40 volt lithium ion battery. When it arrives, it's partially charged, but you should always fully charge them before you use them in the Scarifier. It's also got some instructions there just on how to look after it and get the best life out of it. And then the all-important battery charger. This is the charger for this battery, which you plug into the mains. And all we do to charge it is very simply, it just slides in. It will only go in one way and it locks into position like that. So when it's clicked, it's ready for charging. You'll notice that we've got a green flashing light, and when the battery is fully charged, that will go a solid green and the red light will go out. And at that point, we know we can take the battery out and fit it into the mower. We just release it by pulling the little red tab, and out that pops to release it. So that's our charged battery, and it goes then in the top of the Scarifier. Just here we lift this flap and it will only go in one way, so you can't get it wrong. It just slides down there and it locks into place. And of course you can always test the battery by just pushing the indicator there, and that will show us how much charge we've got in there. And that's it, it's now ready to Scarify. So I'm going to put the collector on, put it down on the lawn, and I'll show you how it works. Just before we start and use it, just to very quickly tell you a little bit about the two different types of Scarifying implements we've got. We've just taken the solid tine out and we've put in the wire one. Solid tine is great for aeration, so if you want to make some shallow slits in the lawn to help with surface drainage, or to cut out any tough weeds or cut through the thatch, this is ideal. Whereas the wire rake is really good for raking out dead moss and thatch. That's the buildup of dead material in the bottom of the lawn. So I'm going to put that one to one side. We've got height adjustment here. The machine is set low at the moment. It's got an adjuster here and we can wind it, and you can see as I wind that raises the machine so it lifts up the cutters a little bit. The secret with Scarifying is to do it little and often. Don't go in too deep, it's just going to strain the machine, but it's also going to damage the lawn. So it's always better to start high and go down so that you're just raking out some of the debris from the lawn. Starting it is very, very simple. On here what we've got is the safety button there that you can take out. That has to be in position and that has to be depressed before we can start it, and then when we pull back this red lever it will start and turn the blades under there. So we've also got here an indicator, so again we can check the battery if we want to from a standing position. So pushing the red button, pull back the lever and away we go, and then push forward. And there we can see, just with a couple of passes like this, it's already taken quite a lot of old grass and moss and rubbish out of there. So it's really opened it up, so that's going to get some air to the roots and improve the quality of this lawn. So really easy to put together, very easy to use, and it will transform a lawn in no time at all.
Remember to register your Cobra online at www.cobragarden.co.uk. Always have your Cobra serviced regularly. Check the website for your nearest dealer.